Hello everyone. So I've just popped on to do a really quick little video just on form fitting. Now it'll just be form fitting on a nail that's easy to fit forms on. I'll come back at another stage and do one on a nail that the form needs to be kind of cut and trimmed and that. Because I've had a couple of people asking me how to fit forms or that they're struggling to fit forms. Now we only use forms in my salon, we don't use tips at all. Whether it's a really short bitten nail or a really long nail, forms are fantastic. So this is my giant roll of forms. We use Furty's forms. So you want to peel them off the backing pad. There is this little piece left behind if the form keeps popping open on you, but generally speaking you don't generally need that unless the client has very kind of moist hands. So this is our form. These are your numbers down your form, which you can use to help you decide how long you're going to make the nail and to make sure that all of the nails are the same length. So first of all, what you want to do is split the back of the form. They are generally always perforated to make that easy. And then you are going to bend your form and roll it to give it a little bit of flexibility. Now these forms that we use are quite strong, they're quite thick, so they work really, really well. So I'm going to be fitting this on myself, so it is a little bit more awkward to do on yourself than it is on a person. When you are fitting your form, you want your form to be coming in dead straight. Okay? You don't want it up like this, and you don't want it down like that. Okay? Your form needs to be coming straight out from the nail. So let me give him a little bend. I'm going to fold him down. And I'm going to get him tucked underneath my nail. Okay, now I'm going to pop a little tiny bit of pressure just on either side of the form so that I can actually move away from it and make sure that it is sitting in the right position. Now what I can do is come in again. I want my two end pieces here, so the very base of my form, to meet. If they're not meeting, then your form isn't sitting properly. Okay. So I'm going to give them a little pinch my form all the way up, and then I can come to my back pieces and fold them over. Okay, now when you look down the side of your form, you want your form coming dead straight out from the nail. Okay, you don't want it bent down or coming up, you don't want any massive gap. So if you can see this, then you're too far away from the nail. You want it to be right up underneath that nail. Okay, nice and tight and nice and close. Then when you look down the barrel of the nail, you want the form to be coming out nice and straight. You don't want your kind of end of the form here off to the side at an angle. You want it to be coming straight out from the nail. Okay, and the same from that side. When you look from the other angle, you want to also make sure that it is coming dead straight out from the nail and there is no gap. Now, normally, I'm not going to have gel polish on when I'm doing this, but I do because I'm sorry, but I'm not taking off my gel polish to fit a form. I can't cope with my nails being naked, so that's why there is gel polish still on my nail while I put the form on. The other important angle is when you look down the barrel of the nail that there is no massive gap. Okay, so you don't want to be able to see a massive gap down at the base of the nail. So you can see he is nice and tight all the way around. If you've got a teeny tiny gap anywhere, that is okay when you know how to deal with it, which I will go through at some point as well. But when you're only learning how to use forms, you want to make sure that your form is fitting absolutely spot on. So you can see he's nice and close all the way around. He's coming straight out from the two ends and straight out from the front. Okay, so let me pop him off. Now, if you had a client whose nails were really short and they were bitten, you would literally have to cut your form to the same shape as their nail, and you would have to put the form right up to the break. okay, or right up to the bitten nail, sorry. You can still use forms on clients with bitten nails. We always use forms. I would never put a tip anywhere near any client that had bitten nails, because forms do a better job. It gives you more natural nail to hold on to, and half of the nail isn't glued on like it is when you've got a tip. So yay forms. Forms are great. They do take a little bit of practice. They are really frustrating when you learn how to use them at first, but then you are completely eliminating the need to pre-tailor tips, to blend tips in. The tips are just a pain in the ass, to be quite honest with you. Forms are great. So I will jump in, do more. There's loads to learn on forms, so I'll jump in and out, do more videos on forms once I get people in, so I can show you different situations. So once I see a client in with really bitten nails, I'll ask them if I can record a video on fitting a form for you, and just little bits and pieces like that. So I hope that was helpful. Give it a watch a couple of times. Watch it while you're popping forms on. Make sure they're nice and tight, nice and close. They need to be fitting perfectly, otherwise your gel or acrylic will get underneath them and cause you issues. And when you look down underneath the nail, you'll see a big ridge. So thank you for watching, and I will be back on next week with another video. Thank you. Bye.